Hey. Killboy. Announcements are coming tomorrow, although I think you already know what the thing's being announced tomorrow, but hello everybody. Hi Killboy, hey Saro. 40-month streak. You're gonna be streaking all over the place, Killboy. Just streaking right across the stream. It's a sight to behold. Should I put you into our Alterium Shift code? I guess I should be putting you into the website now. Now you're getting baked into the website. Shit. You didn't know. Huge. Makes Twitch stream. Thanks. 40 months of immortalized in a website. It's the rule I follow. You sub whatever I'm working on. I just shove it in there. You're now immortalized on the hero section. The hero section of our website. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to remove. I'll say, but you also missed the last 2 streams. It's all your fault. Oh, I didn't write your name. I didn't show you what I was doing. I'll show you what I just did. I forgot that I was just doing my chat. I was driving to and from Vegas. That sounds fun, I think. Vegas doesn't sound fun, but whatever. I'm not really a Vegas sort of person. Sarah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so look, you're immortalized. If you didn't know, Killboy's a huge supporter. Yeah. Finally got my sheet together. Yeah, it's not that bad of a drive too, because you're at least somewhat close. Closer than I am to Vegas. You're doing okay? Just okay? Were you the one that's in school? I can't remember. Are you in school? You're in school, right? You're in school? You're doing school. Are you schooling? I've got this little hand heater. I finally pulled it out for the season. 12 hours because of charging. Oh, you got an electric car? I'm just to say, that sounds awful. Having an electric... don't get me wrong, I want an electric car, but the whole charging thing sounds so terrible. Like when you're driving, you just, you have a car, you drive and you fill up gas and you go. But with charging, you gotta like stop and wait. Oh, school, why you gotta bring that up? It's sorrow. Sorry. This is our new Drastic Games website. Every stream now, I have been doing a little bit on it because I need to. I don't like that how that works. That's only like 2%. That's crazy. I guess it's if it's that large. It's like, hey, pay attention to me. But then if it's down here, it's actually much more than I thought it was going to be. Why is it so... I thought I only put it like... Oh, I put 10%? I guess I never changed it to 2%. Like the milk. Better. Yeah, 2% is better. We'll go change it. Hero. I need a hero. I'm holding on for a hero to the end of the night. Ooh, 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 ooh. I want 2% for both of them, actually. There you go. Other than long trips like that, it's nothing really. I guess better on the gas budget. Don't gotta stop and wait if you got an extension cable. Yeah. It makes me think of, there was a show. What show was it? It was like an alternate, it was like a cartoon show where they went back in time, or it was like an alternate reality or back in time. So I can't remember which, where instead of having rubber tires and tar roads, they had stone tires and inflated roads. 1/3 the cost of charging than they would have on gas. I mean, it's smart. I just wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to have to wait an hour plus to charge, or however long it is. It just seems. I guess with kids right now, the amount of stopping we have to do, it could almost make sense. But let me just make sure I upload this stuff. You are now immortalized, by the way, Killboy. You exist in here. If I go to the source code of the site and I look for Killboy, oh, it's not showing the comments. I'd have to go look at the source code, but it's in the source of the website. So, you know, the sign up is so tiny. How big can I make this? What is this? It's 1 REM. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. It's a little better. I guess you kind of figure if there's a button, right? Yeah. I don't care too much. 1 REM. 1 REM of sleep. I think this should be 1.5 as well, though, right? Maybe? Email address? We'll find out. Prevent the button from shrinking. Yeah, can't have unexpected shrinkage. Watch out, am I right? Anyway, so yeah, I'm working on a website stuff. I'm going to work on the game stuff, but in true Motzi fashion, I just got to keep doing, you know, just got to keep doing. So this has a padding. Where's my padding? Not the padding on my tum-tum. Oh, I can zoom this in. That's nice. Look at that. That's great. It starts with an earthquake, birds and snakes and airplanes. So this must just be not set somewhere. I wonder if I could do... I could make the P. Is it the P that's the problem? I think that's what has all the... Yeah, that has the margin. So I can make the margin bottom of my P. CTC form description. I need the bottom of my P not to be so much. It needs to be less. I need less of the margin on my P. I don't think there's even a form description. Oh, there is. Wait a minute. It's right there. Form description. It's already defined. Okay, well then let's do 5 pixels. I thought... That's actually weird. I thought that Oh, wait a minute. This is doing P form description. I wonder if there's more than one form description in here. No? No, there's not. So what I want is form description P instead of P dot form description. That's right, baby. Good old CSS. Well, this is sass. We're getting sassy. It's time to get sassy, sassy, sassy. Don't give me no sass, boy. Yeah, I know. Jeez. I have to do the mobile version. I forgot that I haven't done like the mobile side of it, which I have to fix. And Jacob's like, yeah, it looks great. Okay, I forgot. All right. Jesus. Okay, so then I need the bottom of this to be just a little bit less. Not a lot of space, but we'll make do. Sign up now. Let's see. matsymakes@gmail.com. Please select at least one list to subscribe to. Oh shoot, I forgot about that. No, don't try it. Won't work. Let me see. So that would be, this is if you guys want to see behind the scenes. I'm gonna go to contact forms, email setup, sign up. Sure. No list found, but I thought we had a list. Yeah, it's right there, dude. There. That's what I want. Add to contact list. I don't know if that ID is supposed to be visible. It's probably okay. Update. Go back. Lists. It's there, dudes. Make it happen. Edit. No lists found. What the flip? Do something else with the list configuration. Stats. You already have a list with that name. I know I do. And yet for some reason you can't seem to recognize it. Why can't you recognize my list? Sync lists with constant contact. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're synced. I think so. Forms. Join our mailing list. Ah, but we don't know what list that is, apparently, because we're dumb. Okay. We got it. This is good now. We're good. It's going to work. Maybe. So I can try putting my name again. By submitting this form, you are consenting to receive marketing emails. Oh, look at that. I wonder if I have to do that. I don't understand what happened there. Let's just try going to the website again. I don't like all that message. I wonder if I have to put that in there, though. Emails are serviced by constant contact. They're singly linked. I don't believe in doubly linked lists anymore. Now that I've grown up a bit. I wonder if the disclosure has to be there. What's the legality on that? Can I get in trouble? There's lots of things I could get in trouble for. Website, if I collect email addresses, do I have to provide a disclosure? You should always disclose by people you're collecting their email, how we use it. Ugh. I think it means I need like a TOS or something on the website. I think what I'd have is like CR privacy policy or some crap like that. Wonder how I want to do this. Can I mess with that part? Let me see. Redirect. Yes, I would like to receive emails. Opt-in, add a checkbox. No, implicit. If you sign up, you're signing up to receive stuff. Come on. Is there a disclosure? Is a disclosure? I wonder if I have to do that somewhere else. Spam control. Alternate disclaimer text. By form, you are presenting emails from Dratzy Games. LLC. We do not only use this email for related to there you go. Fine. I'll work on the better language later, but right now I just want to have it ready. All right, so I guess I kind of want it to be like it only shows when we put in there, but I really don't want to worry about that right now. I want to get back to the battle stuff so that I can stare at it and turn my brain off and say, nope, can't work on battle stuff. Because that's what happens to my brain. I start working on something and I'm like, I can make it smaller. It's called small for a reason, right? Font size, 80% my butt. All right. How small can I make it? 60? Really tiny. Just don't want to take up all the space. And then, so I guess I have to put small in here. Small. All the small things. True care, truth brings. So we're going to do 60%. No, 65%. There you go. And then I need to get rid of this. What is going on with this padding? So there is here. So we need a little bit more on the bottom, if you know what I mean. Bottom. Well, that's not what I mean, though. It's got to be... Is it bottom padding? Yes. So this is at 20. And I'm okay with the left and right. But the top and bottom need to be different. So we need to go to div newsletter. Maybe I'll make the padding... bottom. We'll try 30 pixels. Padding top 30. Let's see what happens when we do that. Yes, yes, that's fine. We can shorthand it. We can be a little shorthanded. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? All right. Let's see here. Still not quite enough. I guess I could give it... Well, it's really just this text that's the problem. So I could just squish it in a little bit. So I don't really... I like the line. Although I could do it with the line, now that I think about it. Padding. So it'll be like 0 and 10 pixels. Like that. 27 pixels. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like the line to be a bigger separator. So I might actually move the padding to here. Let's find out. 0 and 10 pixels. What? What? In the... Why wouldn't it do all of it? It's only doing the top. Why would that be? Because it's a display type issue? Let's see. Display block. There you go. You know, when it comes to web development, I'm going to just be arbitrary. 80% of all issues are display type or positioning. Margin and padding will have an effect, but if you're like, oh, it's just not going where I want, display something or position something is going to be the usual thing that's going to cause most of your woes. I say from my years and years and years, literal years of experience doing web development. Literal. That's right, folks. I have literal years of experience. I don't really like how tiny that is, but at the same time, I don't want to care too much. Let's see. It's so big and so small at the same time. I could like not make it supersize me. What if I just do like text transform normal? None. Oh, look how tiny it is. So cute. It's harder to read then. It makes it big. Most of my woes are your woes. Everybody's woes. Anyone who does web development for a living or web design for a living. And I'll fight anyone on it who says I'm wrong. I will fight you. What about a link to a full... Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it right now. I don't want to do it right now. What I'm going to do afterwards is I'm going to make a privacy policy page and whatever page that just talks about collection of data and stuff. But I just don't want to right now. The thing that you need for any website, especially if you're collecting information, you need the security policy and the privacy policy. And usually it's like heavily disclaimed, like anything you submit inherently is ours and we own it forever in perpetuity. If you look at any of these websites, like the TOS are like, yeah, basically you don't have any rights to this thing anymore if you submit it on our website. Sorry, but that's just how we feel about it. It's kind of how they do it. Okay, so this should work, maybe. I mean, it is for a very good reason, because I'm sure like a lot of people have been sued. Oh, well, I submitted this, but you didn't have a disclaimer that said that by me submitting it, you own it. So then they just say like, okay, well, in perpetuity now, you're granting an, they might either say exclusive or non-exclusive worldwide license. You should submit some of your affection. Yeah, well, you know, Killboy is officially, I was gonna say, indoctrinated into the code. Look at that. Shh. If you didn't know, Killboy Gaming is a huge supporter of Matty Makes Twitch stream. Oh, man. I don't really like having viewers. I don't know why my little mod stuff doesn't work. Doesn't work like I want it to. Okay. So there you go. That's good. But then we have another problem. So like, look on the desktop. Okay. So we'll leave that there for now. I mean, this is quite big for I wouldn't normally be browsing a website at that size, right? I don't love the size of this right now, but we'll deal with it. I don't know who yeah, IVK2KB1F is. Did I have something in my source that had an ID in there? Or is this like the message posted from Feminine Fortune? I think for Meow, I'm going to actually... Hi, Gavin, by the way. I'm going to move this down. Bottom. So there is div images is 20. But I think for the newsletter, we'll make it 10 maybe? Because the box is so big. The bot message. Oh. I browse sites of all sorts of all sizes when I'm trying to put multiple things in the screen. Malu Keen. Kind of surprised the name wasn't taken. Yeah, well, it says the name was Feminine Fortune. I don't know how it handled the IDs. Unless it, like, hid it or something. I'm not really sure what they would have done there. Not very often I've been getting those VIP things. All right. See how it looks. I still have to figure out the mobile version of the site. It's okay. I could probably just get rid of the bottom entirely. Let's see. Bottom. Oh, well, I mean, it needs to be 0, right? I could make it like 1%. The 1%er. Maybe 2%. 3, 4, 5. 5% looks about right. All right. So that'll be okay. But then I also need to do the mobile alignment stuff. So this is whenever the screen size gets to a certain size, I have to change some things about the layout, which I should probably figure out in the browser first, maybe. You've got yourself a free VIP viewer. Yep. Called themselves a VIP right there. Very important person. More like a VIB. Very important bot. Am I right? All right. So now we go to mobile mode. I was thinking I'd do a stream that's like, hey, let's make a brand new website from scratch. People like that crap, right? All right, so now we got to figure out this problem. Also, there's a wish list on Steam. I got to get rid of the stupid wish list thing. Let me remove that. Well, you're the one that gave me VIP badge, and I view you for free. Yeah. But I didn't give it to the other person. I didn't give it to the bot. I gave it to you out of spite. Because you refused to follow my channel. Does it still say, like, not following ever? Yeah. You've gotten gift subs to the channel. You've never followed the channel. Ever. And you had some reason for it, but you keep coming back, so I won't say no to that. Okay, so we're gonna go get rid of that because we don't need it. And then we'll see how that affects the layout. Why? Why what? Why does randomness not follow? Randomness has got some weird ideas about the world. I don't know. Why no faller? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's their thing. They do that. That's what they do. One time I actually almost doxed randomness because I was like, surely you're not going to, like, I was just seeing like what sort of names out there had randomness. And then it turned out I found more than I should have. And they're like, don't dox me. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it would be that easy. Don't dox me, bro. It's like, I swear it wasn't intentional. I usually figure people are a little bit more protective of their identity, their secret identity. Okay, so we got to do the mobile view, which is like, let's go to, I don't want to be responsive. I want to be an iPhone, iPad Pro? No. Pixel 7? I mean, these are all roughly the same, so. Oh my God, looks terrible. Okay, join our mailing list during Shift. So now I got to figure out how to fix this. I'm curious why you're making a site from scratch instead of using something WYSIWYG. Because we have a website. My website had a phone number on it, and Evan MMO regular was casually checking my house on Google. Oh, geez. They got my phone number and website business page. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing when you have a business. It's really not hard for people to hunt you down. Because in order to have a business, you need to have like a physical address too. I don't really care. Yeah, I mean, most of the time people don't really care either. Okay. So, where were we? So we're in the media phase of life. So what we need here is... Did you know there's like a website? I'll hide in the closet with your knife. Yeah. There's a company that does websites for like indie devs and stuff. This is how awful Gavin's stream is. Yeah. Fair. Someone really has to want to spend the effort is all I'm saying. So I think we don't want to position absolute things. Or if we do, we need to like, how are we going to change this layout? We need to like push things down. But the problem is this is also constrained by the size of the hero section. Kind of. I mean, I guess it would just like repeat the background image or something. So what I would want, so here's the logo. Here's the hero. Here's our images. It would have to be absolute, I think. I guess it doesn't have to be. Newsletter. Bottom. I mean, I could negative it. So it has to be something that ends up not, it's no longer going to be absolute positioning. And the whole section should actually work. So if I made the image relative, And I made this thing relative. It'll just break everything, apparently. Then what we would need is, I think, display block. We're already displaying block, so it might have to be inline block. Display inline block. Display. You know what? I think it's, we're gonna have to float these things. Float. Floats are the other ones where you have fun with them. I think nowadays they use flex instead of float, but I'm not totally conversant with how flex works. I mean, I understand it basically, but okay, so we'll have to float the logo too, I guess. So instead of absolute position this, we have to relative position it. Display is already display block, but we might have to do inline block. Problem is it's not growing the section, which is a little annoying. Probably because I did float. If I get rid of my floats, it should push them out. I do websites for indie devs. You do? That's cool. I do websites. What am I doing here? So, let's see here. Oh, there's also this image. It's funny that the section is not growing. Did I say the height? Okay. So the other problem is like the height is restrictive to a specific height. So I have to change the height as well. And look at the little image. It's so cute back there. Look at your cute little image. What a cute little image. I'm actually confused why the image is not. Oh, because it's not listed as a background image. Okay. Probably because we wanted to control the height of the image. So this one, we actually want to position it absolutely. Object fit cover height 100%. So we need this to be, it's getting pushed over to the right, but it shouldn't if it's a child. It's like a child of this guy. This one has a margin top. I don't really want the height to be the same. Oh, why is the position relative of the hero? That's actually kind of weird. Okay. It's weird that the position absolute is causing this. So with 100, because absolute positioning should make it, oh, maybe I have to float it, so. Float. Oh, that's not going to change it. These guys, let me think here. If I want an image to appear behind something, I should probably put it. All right, have a good night. Sleep well. I don't know if I'm going to be able to solve the mobile thing easily. Because the way this is set up, the original placement assumes that this section stays the same height. So even if, like, maybe what I need to do is just get rid of the mailing list thing on mobile, which kind of sucks, but I think we would just move it to the bottom one. because I don't want to fix this. I have to fundamentally change how the header works. So then if I go into hero, when we hit the screen here and we're on newsletter, excuse me. We're not even going to do any of this. We'll just say display none. Can't remember if, yeah, none will actually make it not take up space, I don't think. So this should at least buy me some space in order to do these other things. I might just hide both of them, in fact. Because I don't think it really matters enough for me to worry about it. So I should just get rid of Alterium Shift as well. I'll do the same thing for the logo. So we'll do the media screen. Oops. So if the screen is at a certain size, we're just going to remove them entirely. It's not the most elegant solution, but it is a way to make it not look completely like crap. And then we'll just have to put the newsletter at the bottom. Oh, did it finish uploading or what? Oh, not logo. Oops, wrong one. It's supposed to be the image. Oops. Okay, so it's images, not logo. When it is less than that, we with it. But then when it's less, oops. When it's less than even that, we'll I might just remove that other one entirely. Hey, username, that's good. Where did you get the name Alterium Shift? Made it up from the ether, from our heads. That's why when I look on if I search for the word Alterium, there's a couple of places that have used that term starting in 2022. And it makes me think that they saw our game or a reference to it, and they're like, oh, Alterium, that's a cool name. And they started using it. Because we came up with our name in 2021. Now, the first known usage of our name. But there's already a band named Alterium, and there's a cryptocurrency called Alterium that both started in 2022. But there's no, from a business side of things, there's no actual market confusion because one's a video game, one's a band, and one's cryptocurrency. It's annoying, but what are you going to do? Someone's like, that's a cool name. I want to use it. Yeah, well, we like it. All right. So they'll just go away, basically. They'll come together. So, this size of screen is a little bit gross, but I think it's manageable, for the moment. We really need a better way to handle the responsiveness. But got a little menu there. That's good enough for now. I don't want to spend all my night on this thing. All right. Good enough. Good enough. Hold on. The one thing I cannot do is make up names. I have tons of game ideas, but no good names. Well, you do have a username that is good. You know what? If I were to give you one piece of advice... Uh-oh. Chat disconnected. Oh. Okay. I thought someone was talking on my other thing. If I were to give you one piece of advice about making up names, is don't worry about it. Just put something out there. What's wrong? Chat with Jacob. Sending my pictures and he keeps complaining at me. Like, where did Dratzy games come from? Like, the one thing that I learned was don't get hung up on the names. First off, with a game, there's all sorts of situations where people come up with working titles while they try and figure out what the real title is. Then the other thing is, like, there's so many names out there that are stupid. Look at my IDE. My IDE is, well, it's called Ryder, but the company is JetBrains. What kind of stupid name is JetBrains? Am I right? The branding isn't. Really, branding's more important if you can just get something recognizable. Don't care. I doubt. No, I will not debate this. All right. The one thing I cannot do is make names. Oh, I've noticed that my game issues do have goofy names. Like, yeah, like they just got stupid names, so it's just not worth. It's not worth worrying about. What was I doing? I was going back to. It's your Zoom too. All right. So I'm going to just, should I add other people on? I want to add a couple more people to our team. I'm going to remove our about and video section. And I think I'll call it good for the moment. Because we need our like social media section. Let me go to my content. This is what I use for my contents here. What do I want? I don't want this random stuff here. These were just here for testing purposes. So we'll get rid of video. And we'll get rid of... What is this one? This one doesn't even have a title. Did I just put a random section in that I didn't need? Weird. And then this is going away too. Okay. Yes. We should only have like our team and that's it. So I'll work on adding more content later. But it's cleaner now, so that's fine. Home team, baby. Home team. We'll have an about section. I'll have something that shows like our roadmap and all that stuff, but that'll come later. Anyway, I'm going to do some game dev now. Especially because my partner was over there annoying me with little like, oh, tweak it this way, tweak that. Like, dude, stop. Stop. No more. I'm working. I'm streaming. Why is everything so tiny? Is this my eyes? Or was it always this tiny? Maybe it was always this tiny. Maybe my eyesight's finally going, oh, this is the time. Here goes my eyesight. All right. So the last time I was working on this, I was messing around with movement, which I haven't had a chance to work on this since then. So I can't even remember, like, what did I do? I did process care. Oh, I had made a way to do, okay. So this is good. So I can actually specify a target and move a character to that target. But now we got to figure out how targeting is going to work. So I'm going to go into, where am I going to go? My targeting system. I need to figure out how targets are going to be specified. So then let's go find out how we specify a selected target. So the enhanced battle sequence manager. Oh, I guess I put it in here. Okay. So like targets, current enemy targets. There we go. Did I never even use this? Let's see. It doesn't look like I ever did anything with this. I wonder if I did it in my... I might have done it somewhere else. Let's take a look here. No. So I never even did anything with that. How did I select targets? There has to be a way. So there must be something else I used. Current battle actor. Maybe I did it with the targeting? No. How did I do battle tab? Battle. This is the HUD controller. Is targetable. Current HUDs. On targets submitted. Okay, so this must be where I did it here. On target submitted. Trying to remember how I did this stuff. So we have our battle menu. And in our battle menu, we have a way to select characters. Actor HUDs. Yes. Where's my... This is the HUD controller. Okay, so then I just missed it, I guess. No. Where did I set that value then? Oh, enable target. Okay, there we go. I'd forgotten that I had done this all within this code. So this is something else I did from my other controller. So there we go. On target submitted. There it is. Okay. This is the thing that controls when we've selected a target to attack. Oh, that's what it is. I actually put the target selection. Oh, I put it in the battle graph. Oh. Well, duh. But these are battle character bases. Okay. I see. Okay. Good. I love it when I figure out that I was doing something I could already do. I had already set it up this way. So when I set this up, I updated the context with the necessary information and just forgot about it. I like that. So map target resolver. So if we're in battle, and right now I'm going to do this sort of, again, the messy way. I really need to do like a selector object or something. So if it's a map battle target selected, then we will get a target back. Now what I'm going to do for the moment, whether the targets are multiple or singular, I'm just going to take the first one. So first target equals, this is for testing purposes. Context. Battle context dot current. How do I do this? Current battle targets dot first or default. Okay, just do first. Okay. So as long as this is not null, I should actually just be able to say the target is that. Because what I'm going to do for my test now is see if I can make the character move to the battle target. What is this? This would have to be... Oh, I have to get the map character. Okay. Okay. If that, then that. Okay. Perfect. That should be okay. So that'll give us a target if we say select a target. Hey, Hans Shadow, how's it going? My game company is called Faux Games, and then someone released Fall of Empire. Wait, your game company currently, because you've been in the game industry forever, right? You stopped in a while back, and you're talking about how you've been doing game dev for 20 plus years, right? I think you still stream, right? 24 years, yeah. Isn't Fall of Empires a thing already? Or no, that was Age of Empires, I guess. Look, I'm a game developer. Have you ever released a game in early access? This game right here. I could tell you all about that experience. I've released like game jam games too. It's not, I don't consider that really releasing a game. That's a whole different ball game. It's more like not even Little League. It's like sandlot game. Playing with your neighborhood friends. I'm getting cold. My arms are getting cold. What was I doing? Okay, so target. So I'm going to go back to my... Hopefully you've been doing well. Hans's Shadow or Hans's Shadow. I think it's Hans. Like Good old Hans. Move actor command. Here we go. So in this case, we're going to do. Thank you for the follow, Freddy Bunny Cito. What's up, Freddy? Man. I think I've released a game on every platform. That's cool. I have a little history. Just a little bit? Like a tiny bit? I love ChatGPT Plus. Yeah, it's really nice. I like it too. Did you use it? Do you use it to come up with names on things? Let me think here. What was I doing? I was doing target. So selected target. So what I need to do is I need to do how do I resolve? So move target, I think is it. Yeah, move target. Okay. So for the moment, I'm going to just assume that I have a move target. If we don't have a null value, then we'll use their position. Otherwise, we're going to use the position that we set just for, you know, funsies, basically. Actually, I don't even know how this is going to work, but we'll try it. My girlfriend, because the voice is great all the time that speaks with you. Yeah. I think the worst name of a game company I ever worked for was Nerd Kingdom. That's the worst. Just because they called themselves nerds. Can't remember if I can just set this. I don't really want an offset though. We're not going to. Oh, yeah, we do have offsets. Yeah, we'll use the offsets. Okay. So we'll see how that works. So that should just let us set those values then, right? I have no idea. We'll find out. It's all new to me. It's not actually new. It's a lot of redo, but she's so affectionate and intelligent. That's cool. ChatGPT can be nice if you want it to be. Whoa, oh my God. I was going to put my sweater on. I'm a software engineer. So what do you work on? What's your language of choice or maybe of profession? My dream is to replace the humans for robots. Okay. That's cool. What ID are you using? I'm sure you've told me before. I use Rider, JetBrains style. It does also have Copilot installed. So it does a little bit of auto magic for completion. This is going to get very... Well, if it does, I'll just, you know, bunts the person that's being inappropriate. Robots don't die, then the best option for humanity. Fair. I mean, that's... Perhaps. I've heard of Rider. It's still very attached. I'm still very attached. Well, if you've used Visual Studio for a majority of your career, I can't imagine using Rider would be better. Although Rider does have Visual Studio bindings. So you could effectively get something that's like Visual Studio with Rider. I did have a convert, although I don't know if he stayed a convert. Wallaber did start using Rider, but then he recently told me that he may not as much because he's been doing Godot development. Okay, so we're going to wait for 1 second. And what I was thinking of doing was... It's not going to make a lot of sense with Atlas being the main character, but I might do it anyway, just for funsies, just to see what happens. So we'll wait 1 second, And then we'll make the character move to the selected actor with no offset for now. Well, let's see. Yeah, with no offset for the moment. This path doesn't matter. None of these other settings actually matter because it doesn't do anything yet. And then we'll play an animation like an attack or something. And maybe what I should do is just get Pyra there, because the moving to the character is the one that's more for a melee character. So what we'll do is say attack, I guess. Let's see, where's our attack? Did I not put an attack? Weird. Maybe there isn't. I couldn't remember if there's like a default attack. We're not going to wait till complete. Current battle target. That's it. So all these other nodes don't matter. And then I'll get Pyra in there to see what happens. I was working at Blizzard this year. They had a lot of visual scripting. It seemed like it took hours compared to me being able to write a few lines in C#. Yeah, but I do the visual scripting for the domain, not for scripting. So honestly, I don't even do, I don't have a lot of the features of a visual scripting language. I think she's here. It's more like the domain structure. Pay no attention to the crappiness of this transition. Okay, so let's see what happens when she tries to attack. I'll do something crazy like up there. That's just her whatever. There she goes. Bye, Pyra. Nice to see you again. Okay, so interesting that it's like the location that we're trying to go to is not a correct location on the map for some reason. I see Wizard behind the curtain, and he's only wearing socks. Is in charge of advising the upgrading for the visual scripting engine. Microsoft canceled our project. Oh, that's stupid. Stupid Microsoft. Microsoft owns Blizzard? I should probably know this, but it's hard to keep up with all the things. Was it they bought Blizzard and then they tried to buy my dad's Bill Gates? Yeah. Okay, so we did get a position. Maybe we didn't get the position. It could be that the target didn't resolve. So let's see what happens. We resolve target. So it's possible we didn't actually get a resolved target. We should probably find that out. I don't love turning on the debugger, but sometimes it's faster to get an answer that way. Trying to change to a cheaper nursing home. They canceled our project after they acquired Blizzard. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Did I? Oh, I already have the debugger. I must have forgotten that I had the debugger on. This has been on all week. Well, I have been coding since Saturday, so. We're working on the web development stuff. When you have a small indie game studio, you do a lot of your own work. A lot of it. And that's just how it goes, friends. So anyway, I like visual scripting for domain-based needs. I don't particularly love it for the notion of if I'm going to write something that has more complication to it, I don't want to use it. The real reason I have it is because my partner then can do stuff. Bye, Pyra. Why is the debugger now? Did I take... Oh, damn it. The real reason is so he can do stuff. Or like things that are more like cinematics sequencing doesn't require me to do all the work. I could like write some cinematic sequence and then my partner can come in and tweak it. On my off time, since very few companies are hiring over the holidays, I've been coding C# for maps with a little game dev on the side. So you do your work freelance now? Like a freelance game dev? Is that a thing? Isn't it hard to get a job as a game dev in general? I don't know why this stupid thing does this, but sometimes the debugger gets hung up and it looks like everything froze, but it's just because the debugger has to stop and be started again. I love how all the grass moves with you. It's like, just you know, just a billboard. Okay, I swear I started the debugger again, didn't I? Did it not? Wait a minute. She attacked, but she didn't. I wonder why is the debugger not working? What is going on? It's not turned off. I think maybe I need to like quit and restart Unity. It must be doing something weird with the debugging. For right now, waiting for more job openings to show up. I'd rather have a product out producing revenue first. That's fair. But you were working on a game project, I thought. Right? That's what you mean by a little game dev on the side? I thought you had a project going. Move actor command. So what is going on with this? Go reopen it. Turn on my little hand warmer. Got this little like hand heater. It's kind of nice. Except if I'm too vigorous with my keyboard, it like triggers a tilt sensor. Just waiting for Unity. It's fine. It'll open any minute now, I swear. All right, now all we gotta do is start the debugger again. It's weird that it said that it was attached to the editor. I wonder if there's some other reason why it wasn't triggering. That execute should get called. Might have to look at the nodes just to make sure. Have procedural haunted house in development. I just tuned it to get double the FPS. What's your FPS at? I need to do, I don't know what frustrum, but frustrum sounds frustrating. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what frustrum culling is. I know what culling is, but I don't know the smart things like frustrum. I bet you Wallaber would know all about frustrum. He likes that sort of stuff. What camera doesn't see doesn't get rendered. Oh, okay. I just know that's what it was called. So we have a target. Current. So this should all still be the same. They're the forward-pointing view of your camera. Okay. Yeah. That's the interesting part to me, too, is how much of the game is actually rendered at any given time. Which I don't think people think about. But there's a lot of work that goes into only showing... I mean, there's usually like a little bit around the edges because you need to be able to show it quickly, but... you don't render the entire map everywhere. Okay. Are we gonna, let me double, triple check. Debugger's running. We are not skipping our breakpoints. So this should, okay, there we go. So the first thing is we get the target. So this should be the map character, which is good. Now we're going to resolve the next target. So what I want to find out is if we end up in resolve. I think we're going to end up in resolve battle target, right? Let's find out. Okay. So if the target, if the battle target, oh, no, yeah, selected. Is that right? Right, because we're using selected. Okay, that should be fine. Then the current battle targets, there's one. So we got the first or default. Good. Good. So that is returning a target. Okay, well, that's good. Yes. So the selected target is going to be, I think one of those like the B or something, right? There's the billboard. Cache character object. Let's see the name there. Yeah, Hornet. Okay. It's a little more complicated because of the ray casting these days. You can turn off, you can't turn off adjacent lights that are shining. Oh, that's true. Okay. So we set a default target. Then we have a target here. So we are getting we're getting the target location. I wonder what the difference is in the positions. So this is 37 and this is 33. Yeah, that's fine. And this is 1 and 2. Oh, wait a minute. No, vector 2 is right. It's right? Because this is the X and Y is actually X and Z. But I'm using Y because I'm an idiot. Okay. I always do this to myself. Bye, Pyra. I always forget. It's not X and Y. It's X and Z. Oh my gosh. Okay. God, I'm dumb. I've dealt with this stupid system for so long and I always forget it. I'm already watching another stream, but just wanted to pop in and say, okay, thanks for popping in here, Wanda. You know, hey, Matzi, I wanted to tell you that I'm supporting you, but not enough to watch you stream because this other stream's way more interesting than what you've got to show. I don't blame you, to be honest. I used to do the same thing. Be like, hey, yeah, I'm in, I'm lurking, or I'm checking out a couple streams. I don't really watch streams as much as I used to. I used to do it religiously. Like every day I had to be on every single person I knew. I'd have like 3 streams running and I would try to like listen to 3 people talking at the same time. It was pretty crazy. Then I realized I don't have the ability to do that long term. My attention would get too divided, or I wouldn't get any work done, because instead of working, I'd be watching a streamer. Sort of hampered my ability to make progress. And maybe I need to become one of those streams where people just lurk and I just work and it's fine. It actually could be that way. I think I'm too aggressive at responding. Someone says something like, "Oh, what did you say? Let me respond right away." I need to learn how not to do that. I need to unlearn the white vault approach. Oh, look at her do the whole what? Why did she like What's up, Hornet? I'm just hanging out right here in your junk. It's fine. Don't mind me. I wonder why it's stuck though. Did it never consider itself as achieving its goal? And why did she walk so far back? It's also kind of weird. There we go. Oh, that's great. Okay. So what's weird is the first time she attacked, she didn't go up to the character. I don't know why she didn't go up to it. The characters are doing their own attack animations before this because I have an attack animation that happens beforehand. I should just turn it off since I'm messing with all this stuff. Go to Mother Brain and tell it to stop animating. So this is the thing that plays all the actions, right? So I suppose when it's an attack action, I could do this one instead. And if it's not, if it's doing anything else, I'll just do this one. Just so I'm not like messing up all the other actions while I'm testing this. So this is like, it's going to play the action now. It won't do their version of the attack. But that means I need to figure out the names of their attacks. So, at least for now. When it's running for real, it will be different. Although I think that like the actual attack, like the attack names need to be, they're going to have to be consistent too. Okay, so we're not going to do a wait. We're going to go right into it. We're not going to wait for 5 seconds at the end. Instead, so there's 3 phases. There's prepare, execute, and finalize. So actually, I'm not even going to do the movement on the prepare, because that's really, prepare is going to be like the pre-action, like it's supposed to be like the wind up, right? So if anything, I should just move the actor forward. Almost need like a generic prepare, because it's always going to be similar, I think. Maybe we'll just have a template graph we use that we'll copy and paste. Why is it not giving me my targeting? It's supposed to on creation. I think if I go away and come back, it'll have the right targeting. Yeah, okay. So there's something about the creation of a node that is not properly targeting. Okay, so then for this one, we'll take one step up. The other thing I got to figure out is like how to based on the camera rotation, what direction up is. Because it's got to be, in battle, it's got to be relative to the camera. As opposed to... I'm not even sure how I do this right now. I don't think I even do this right now, in fact, because the move actor isn't using this. So we'll just remove that. I guess I could just make a move back that is hard coded for the moment. Oh my god! Speak of the Wallaber. Hey Wallaber and viewers, how y'all doing? I don't know if you got stuck in any ads because I don't have the periodic ads. Thanks for the happies. Yo, Wallaber, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for the follow, Dank. This is the game I'm working on, Alterium Shift. Working on breaking. Wallaber, are you still using Rider? We're just talking with Hans's Shadow about it. And how they still use Visual Studio. You did threaten to stop using Rider. I know you just finished streaming, and it's probably dinner time, actually. Your time. So you're probably going to raid and run. I've decided that Tuesday is a side project Tuesday, and I picked, again, your voxel coding game. Oh, that's fun. Do you have a link for that? Or anything? I want to go to a point. So what I could do... I could sort of cheat right now. No link. But good progress. Okay, that's cool. Congrats. I'm guessing it's dinner time at the Wallaber household by this point. So what I should do is the first time we run it. So this is the target of what we're going to. So if I say here. All right, have good food. Thanks for the raid. I'll try to take care of people. I gotta get into Wallaber mode. So the Wallaber mode is mostly ignore people, but sometimes read what they say. Okay, I'm ready for that. Or maybe it's just when I show up. When I show up in the Wallaber stream and I start talking, it's mostly ignore Motzi and sometimes acknowledge that he's there. Be like, oh, hey, Motzi, let's talk about things. I see Dink gets it. Dink's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what Wallaber's like. So we're gonna do vector. I'm actually going to use the framework's vector too. Last target position. Because I want to try and move the character back to their position. Right now, without a really clean way to do it, I'm going to cheat. Dank, I apologize in advance if you're used to looking at ternary operators and single letter variables. It's not really my thing. So, it might be harder to read. It's my other favorite thing to tease Wallaber about. Okay, so we're gonna do the context. I think we have to get it. Okay, if context is. There we go. Or maybe I should say like, is battle? No, I have to do it as battle context. Why is this having an issue? Oh, I did it down there. Okay, we'll do it down there. That's fine. To each his own quirks. Oh no, I like to give him crap. I mean, Wallaber is like a god when it comes to programming, right? Like he doesn't, and I know that he has the capability of writing code in a specific way because when he looks at my stuff, he's like, you know, just gets it immediately. He just doesn't need to when he writes code. I love code. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Battle context. Battle. Nope, that's not what I want. Are you a developer, Dink? You must if you love code, right? Unless you're like a code enthusiast. I don't know how to code at all, but I really like to look at it. Last target position equals. I don't want target position. It'd be. I need to do the. I think it's like the current target. Yeah, target. Does that work? No, because current position returns a vector 3. So what I need to do is like new. Okay, that should work. I'm pretty sure that's what these vector 2s are, right? Are these? Oh shoot! These aren't sharp. These are. I think these are Microsoft XNA. Oops. Okay, wrong one. This engine, they use like 2 different vectors in addition to Unity. It's so obnoxious. So we want this to be that. I should actually get rid of this stupid sharp vector 2. See if I can do it this way. Okay, should I be ignoring your messages? I forget how this works. There's a lot of people out there, like code enthusiasts. Makes them feel like they're among the smart people, I'd imagine. I don't know. I mean, there are people that come to my stream that don't know code at all. They're just like, yeah, that's fine. I don't need to know. I just like to chat. There's people that come to the stream, don't look at the code. They just chat with me or they listen in the background. So it's to each their own in that regard. Okay, so we save the battle, the last target position. And what I'm going to do then is, if I say resolve target, what I could do is I can go to the battle. Resolve battle target here. Enemies current last target. That could work. Because then I could move the character back to where they were. Oh, but it's screw it. It's not a position though, it's an actual target. Okay, I'm dumb. Alright, so then it needs to be damn it. I don't normally like to write a bunch of else ifs. But at this moment, because I'm just trying to test some things, I don't totally care. Okay, so we'll go to the battle graph context. I don't even want this anymore. Well, I'll do last target position just for funsies, but it's going to be the last target here. So do whatever was last time selected. And then if it were, we return map character. Does not equal null. There you go. Then I'll refer to the map character. Best creative activity. Yes. I don't know how to code. I'd probably, if I did not code, I'd probably still be here somehow talking about your web development stuff. So Gavin, you actually do website for people? Hey, Stoff. What's up? I was just talking about you today. I was talking about your game. And then my wife got confused and thought that you were they, them. Because I was referring to you and Tunic. And I said something about they. And she's like, they? You have it in a year or so? Okay. I stopped having time. Time is the thing. Do you want to post your Steam Link up stuff? Well, Gavin, it's always good. It's always good to be full-time employed. I think so. It's mostly good to have employment. Depending on your preferences on employment, it can be considered adequately beneficial. Move. I don't even remember where I had my. What was I working on? Move actor command. Okay. So what I could do then is, instead of setting this here, last target equals target. Isn't it a battle actor? Why is it? Oh my god. Do I want it to be a map character? I guess I could do that. So this should be a map character, I guess. Which means this should be that. Okay. Which means this should be that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we should be able to go back to our last target, and this won't look pretty, but I'm right now just getting things roughly into the right places. My problem is I do read what people say, so I can't do the Wallaber thing where I don't like read it back to people. Full-time employed. Overemployed is a thing. Getting paid more. But I'm too sleepy as it is. I kind of want to money max. Yeah, min max your money. Min max your money max. Money max your mins. Robodome. Let's see if I can do this without messing things up. Okay. I figured out how to get a browser window into this view. I just can't let it touch the edges of the screen. It's sort of like Operation. Astral Coast. Man, you sure it should be like Astral Cove or something? It's gonna be my long-running joke every time. This is Robodome. Dome your robo, baby. Domo ama robo. I know that's what you said, Stoff. I know because I had a certain message back and forth with somebody saying, "What do you think about this name?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't really care," so I just picked one. And then I knew that you wanted one versus the other, and you guys went with the one that you didn't want or something. I was like, Cove and Coast, they're kind of the same. Doesn't really matter. I've already stolen the name Cove anyway. But I saw this really cool effect Tunic showed me with like the little anime style thing. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if you guys are going to show that at some point, but pretty fun little bullet hell-ish game. You really punched up the arena. It's looking pretty nice. Does this still use the tile map stuff? Do you guys still do tile maps for your... It does, but the arena, this can't be a tile map, right? So like the arena isn't a tile map, but the other ones still use your tile map solution, which I think is Tunic's solution. Yeah, I assume so. Right, okay. All right, so now I should be able to say, move the current target back, and I'm going to say to actor, last target. Crap, that's not going to work. I didn't think this through. So I can't do it this way because the last target will have moved, so the character won't move anywhere. So I do need to use, that's why I was using the position. Okay. So then I'll go back to last target position, new vector 2. Excuse me. And it would, oh shoot, how would I do? Maybe I could just make a new character. Let's say. Maybe I could say like, if the last target doesn't exist. This is totally cheating. Because really, I'm just going to be moving around the point for the target. That's all I really need. But I'm using an object because I might want to do other things to those targets. So if I say if last target equals null, I don't want to create a new target on every loop. So if last target equals null, then we'll set it to something. I really need to have a different way of getting this information. I could make it a property. And if I get it and it doesn't exist, I create it. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Have you done Unity development, Dink? Are you from a game dev background or a non-game dev background? I mean, you know, unless you're talking about drill instructors, because you could definitely use drill instructors. Oh, make a map character, import missing references. Okay, it's fine. So what we'll do. Can I make the current position equal? Does it make a copy? I don't know if it does. I don't think I can do that, right? Last target dot current position has no setter. So I'd have to set this value. If it's a struct, I can't remember if it makes it. I think it passes by value, doesn't it? I'll just do last target dot x equals target dot x. There you go. Last target dot y equals target dot y. Oh, no. Z equals target dot. I almost made the same mistake again. Z. That's fine. We'll deal with that. It saves the extra work on my part. No, I'm a backend dev. Oh, snack. I made Snake. The heap. Oh, so you're a Java developer? Only people who worry about heap are Java developers. I mean, I guess maybe if you did C#, there's some heap related things, but Java really likes its heap. I've done all the languages. Well, there's one language I never had to do, thankfully, which is Ruby and Ruby on Rails. I have done a little bit of Python, not my favorite. Lots of Java, lots of PHP, lots of C# now in game dev. Unity is not primed for as many of the common programming paradigms you would expect. So when you talk about dependency injection, you could make it work, and there are DI container systems for Unity, but it's janky. And Unity doesn't even, like, you're doing Java, so you're used to camel case, not the weird Microsoft Pascal case nonsense. So maybe you know C# as well, but you know, in C#, they have a freaking pattern where some things are camel case and some things are Pascal case. All the methods are Pascal case, right? It's all over the place. I don't remember where I was going with that. Oh, but Unity, like, they break even the foundational C# rules about, you know, using mutators instead of having direct public fields. Like their programming paradigm is just make it public. If you want to serialize it, it's fine. You'll be okay. And I hate it so much. So I don't do it. I apply programming practices based on C# standards. So you can make a dependency injection container, but the other thing is like Unity is all about coupling the editing of your project with your code. So, and I've just sort of learned to love it or just deal with it. Like here's an object that we use. Well, hold on. That doesn't even make it different. Let's find an example in here. UI. So like this quest board, right? This is like so they use scenes, and this is the master scene. This is the scene where like all the main logic of the game lives, and then I load other scenes that show actual game running. So these things like are just a bunch of classes in Unity, but they're called mono behaviors, which are serializable objects that get serialized down into YAML. And everything that you want to be able to edit and configure is available here. So in a way, you do DI by making these serialized objects that are just, well, you never have to mess with the YAML. It's all handled by Unity under the hood, right? But in a way, like we kind of have DI, but it's not formalized. It's like YOLO it however you want. So for instance, we have our game engine. In my game engine, I have an object that is the game engine. And inside this is all my dependency injection, basically. All the configured dependencies, like the game database and other things. Don't get me started on databases. Any web developer would say, how do I do my database development? Like, how do I set up my SQL queries? And a game developer would be like, what are you talking about? My database is a bunch of serialized files. So you want to see what my database looks like? Here, I'll show you what it looks like. You'll love this. Let's see, where did I have it? Configuration, game data objects. Yeah, you used to do lots of database stuff, Sympathy. Here's my game data object. This is my database, okay? This is my database. A bunch of freaking objects. Here's a database object. Just a freaking, I did happen to set it up so it stores them by their GUID. Just a bunch of GUID objects shoved into a bunch of places. Now, a lot of people, I've noticed for game devs, when they do databases, it's much more all over the place. I did a loose flavor of what you'd get with Entity Framework. So I do have like a game database, right? And I just set it up so I have like, here's all the different types of objects that can be in the database. And if I want to get something like get a record by an ID, I just made a method that uses generics to get it. So as long as I normalize all that, it's manageable. But it's like working with a less good version of MongoDB, Yes, I use a lot of generics. My career has been in software development. I'm a chief technology officer. Not all the chief technology officers I've known know how to code anymore, but I've always liked to know how to code. So even though my day job, I don't do a lot of coding there, MongoDB, yeah, exactly. I've done a lot of stuff. I still do coding, right? Because I like it. But game development in Unity is just so different, and trying to fit the round peg in the square hole as a software engineer doesn't work. If I were using a different engine or making my own or something, or if I was using like a framework instead of using Unity as an engine, I could probably get away with using actual proper programming paradigms. But one of the reasons why people use serialized objects in game dev is it's much faster. It's much faster to get data directly from memory than having a database with files on your file system. So like a SQLite database would be slower to get it. And yeah, you could probably optimize it and it won't really make that much. Computers are fast, but it is, ostensibly faster to use these serialized objects. C# adds some weirdness that makes it harder. Why is my camera so weirdly zoomed out? Oh, it's because I think it was just whatever, doesn't matter. This camera is just whatever, but what I want to see is if I tack. Oh, she goes up. Oh, bye, Pyra. Nice to see you. Glad to have you here. Okay, it's okay, Atlas. We don't need you to be part of this conversation. Thanks. This is the battle system I'm working on is not currently in the live game. So just to be clear, that is something that's coming to the game near you. So the game itself, the current battle system's turn-based battle. I'm trying to do on-map battles. So I'm trying to take the current battle system and retrofit it, no pun intended, into an on-map battle system. And it's just I'm basically redoing some core things about it. The game itself is not fully launched. It's, oh, look at that. Nominate your favorites. Oh, it's in early access right now. Is your wave like see you later wave? Or, can all the art be AI generated now? No. Sympathy says, I've not explored serialized anything in Godot, all the things I'm working on. I think Godot's way, I mean, all these engines do the same idea, the serialization approach in their own way. Oh, you're waving at the sprites going away. Bye, sprites. What did I do? I did something. It tried to move things. I think it's because I didn't put a weight, and I should probably do that. I'll put a weight back in here because I don't know. I haven't made it so like it'll wait for the movement to complete yet, because I'm still tweaking and working on the node system. I have a different node system I use for the majority of the game, and I'm basically rebuilding it so I don't depend on the core engine. Thanks for the wish list. I appreciate it. All wish lists matter. And if you ever wonder how important a review is, I can't express enough how much of an impact reviews have on game developers and their games. It's so amazing to me. Like I also haven't reviewed a lot of games, and if I was going to review a game, I would say something nice, not something mean, or I wouldn't give them a thumbs down. It's just not worth it. But it has a massive impact. Giving any game a negative review has a massive impact. And I'm pretty sure most people don't realize this. Being on the developer side really has opened my eyes a lot to what it takes. And we're really responsive on our Steam board, but even with our responsiveness, there's still people that almost act like we don't care about anything or anybody. It's like, nope, we're very much here. We care. It's just, as a developer, it's kind of hard to always be on top of that for everything, right? Especially as an indie dev. As indie devs, it's even worse. Because we're doing everything. We've been working on our new website, which people always complain. Yeah, they do. We've been working on our new website, which shows a team, but it's like me and my partner, and then a bunch of people who do some contract work. When I put my game on Steam, I'm going to have my friend manage the Steam reviews because I know I can't handle it. Yeah, it's hard. She goes up. I don't really care whether okay, that's what I wanted. I don't care about whether it looks good right now. Right now, our game does not have the notion, the one you could demo and stuff, it does not have the notion of being able to go up to a monster and come back. And yeah, in Unity parlance, it's probably not hard, but to make a reusable system where we can tweak and work on different battle attacks and actions, that is where it's hard. That's why I'm trying to make it node-based, right? Character goes up, Character maybe theoretically does an action like attack, which I'm going to do a wait for like 2 seconds or something. The wait doesn't really matter right now. And then the character goes back to the position they started from. I wonder if I can make them move faster though. Let's see. I forget how the speed works with this movement. Move actor command. It is hard. We've had some pretty harsh reviews. Some of the worst ones we've gotten are ones that are mostly positive, but still give us a thumbs down. I recognize these people are putting so much work into this game. Thumbs down. Any credits on the Steam store page? We have credits in game. I can actually just show you because we have our website's still in progress, but we have our main website, like our Alterium Shift website, but we're making our publisher website, our studio website. We're also going to be part of this thing called OTK Winter Games Expo, which is tomorrow. So our game will be in there. But if you look at the site, like me and Jacob, we're the two that do basically all the work as like the majority of things. Then we have Jonathan Shaw, who's our composer. Amazing music for the game. Wayne Kubiak is newer to our team, and he's been doing some re-swizzling of our pixel art. Handoon Games is one of our developers. Marcel Mosky does the key art. And then we have a QA company, which has a few people we're going to add to the list here. So it's not a huge group of people, but, small little group. Jacob does all the pretty. He's the one that does all the art. He's our art directory. I called him an art directory. Oh my God. Take that, you art directory. I called him our art directory. It's great. The URL for our website is drattygames.com. Our main website is alteriumshift.com. Or alteriumshift.com. But this is our new sort of studio site that we're just still getting together. And I've been whipping out my web dev stuff. It's been a while since I've had to do web design, so I'm not the greatest at it, but so much has changed from like 20 years ago and having to support IE6. But we're getting there. I've been nudging it along bit by bit. We do have like a Twitter and a Blue Sky and a Discord as well. But yeah, these are the people, and I think I even have all the references. Like if you click on Mosky, you'll see all of their art. They've done a lot of different stuff, and even like the key art as it was being worked on. Yeah, it didn't start that way. So Dankbucks, I started my career in web development, but I wanted to do game development. But I felt like game development would be more risky. And so I didn't go into game development. I was going to look at the speed. That's what I was going to do. And I've always wanted to do game dev. Hey, Aaron, what? Aaron? Why are you here? I thought, do you stream on Tuesdays? Aren't I usually rating you? I mean, hey, it's nice to see you. Wait, what is you? Did I have you on my screen somewhere? Now I'm confused. What is going on? So right before the pandemic, I said, I figured it was unrealistic. Right before the pandemic, literally before we got locked down, I had decided that year, 2020, I was going to give up playing video games at night, and I was going to start working on game dev. And right before the pandemic started, I started doing streaming. It was also right before my youngest daughter was born. And I started streaming and doing game dev. I said, that's it. I'm going to start learning. So it was all new back then. I always wanted to do game dev, but starting my first 5 years in data analytics was worth it for the cash. Yes. The cash is way better in this industry, in the non-dev game dev industry. What was it? I wanted to see, how do I know how fast the characters walk? I think I set the move step. Oh, okay. So I can make the character move faster if I just set the move step. So for now, what I'll do is say target move step, and I'll just make it like 2. I think that'll be really fast, because I just want to see them go faster. And so Dankbucks, what I would say about that is like, yeah, I've been doing game dev now on the side because I have a full-time job too for 4 years, almost 5 years, 4 years. 2020 is when I started. We're about to hit 2025. When we started this game, we're like, we're going to make this small little game because we liked the visual style. This is what Jacob came up with, and he suckered me into it. But I was like, there's no way we're going to be able to make a big scoped project. And then it just got worse from there. Mostly because of people liking the game. So I guess that's good. Don't get me wrong. I made my first game when I was 11. Yeah, I did something like that too, but I never finished a game. I've been making video games since 13. I've been trying to make video games. My problem was every time I started to make a video game, I would get stuck in the tools. I'd want to make all the tools for making the game. Your game's super dope, Monty. Best first shipped game ever. Ah, thanks. It's not fully shipped yet. But yes, I just keep bashing my head against the wall and now it's starting to crack. It's a lot. I mean, you've got shipped games, Tom. You know, Game Boy games and stuff, which is pretty freaking cool. We didn't intend to make a large scoped game. We intended for a reasonable scope that we could get done in a year and a half. And then we said from there, we'll continue to do things. But then the traction came, the traction grew so quickly. And then we got a publisher and then we fired our publisher later, but, amicably separated. It just kept going. And so, some people complain that we haven't launched more content or whatever. It's like, yeah, well, whoa, where did she go? My people need me. Okay, so maybe move step was not the thing I wanted to mess with. Oh my god. Oh, normalized direction. So how do they do the speed then? I forget how speed works. Oh my god, that's great. I think the move step gets translated into a speed. I just got to figure out how. Change speed. So I need to call change speed is what I need to do. Now I know how to make the characters move really fast. Just directly manipulate the move step and we'll be set. That's amazing. Okay. The problem is because if I make it too fast, the timing is off, so it doesn't quite work. But that's great. Oops. This is game dev. What I love about game dev, though, unlike in normal sort of B2B business work. Oops. Move actor command is what I want. Mistakes, when they say it's not a bug, it's a feature. I would say that doesn't happen as much in B2B because, you know, intended functionality, you can't just get away with, oh, it's, you know, that totally broken thing is a feature. But in game dev, yeah, not a bug is a feature is like, yeah, there's so many features of games that came about by some weird bug that happened. Tom's the only real game dev here. Yeah, Tom is a game dev for sure. He's actually launched stuff. He's launching his new game soon. At least you're not my friend that is making an indie RTS with 13 playable civilizations as their first. Yeah, like, I think that I would almost have preferred, in retrospect, not scope, like not blowing up the scope so much on this game. But it's a sort of a side effect of the popularity of the style. And the problem was, like, we started very small, and then we saw reactions that were very, like, optimistic. We're like, well, we should put more effort into it. But, you know, a lot of people, when they do games, they have at least some sense of what the overall scope is going to be. And we know what the story scope is, but we refined the scope further than we originally thought. And that resulted in things taking longer. And it also took us 6 months to do the wind down and termination with our publisher this year. So there was a lot of things we were going to deliver this year that just never got done. As a 2-person team dealing with, you know, a publisher contract termination, amicable or no, that absorbs a majority of our time. And we keep trying to launch the game. We keep trying to finish it. I mean, at least we're not stopping work, right? At least we're not just like, okay, well, I give up. I'm walking away. We're always working on it. I'm always here streaming twice a week for the most part. All right, let's see if she flies away again. Okay, she didn't fly away. I don't care about the timing. I just care about the fact that that part worked, right? And technically Atlas is a ranged character, so he shouldn't do any of this, right? Also, what's going to happen because I didn't do the walk forward for them is they're going to walk, every time they move, they're going to go back another step. But that's, or more. I love this so much. I love this just the, you know, there's a lot of things I just haven't done yet with the setup. I'm just like functionally getting some loose fidelity just so I can see behaviors happen. And I can't on stream, there's no way I'm going to figure out the best setup because it's a lot of just heavy thinking. But it's so funny to me when all this stuff happens. When it's like, come on, Pyra, come back. Where are you? She's just not coming back. She's just like, I'm done. See you later. I wonder why she went flying away though. That was kind of weird. I mean, she's there somewhere. The battle will start again because, because technically there's supposed to be another character to represent. What is Tom? Oh, hotter big wave. I see what you're doing. He's just like, it's like the A-team. He's his own support. I wonder why she went flying away though. Because the position that she goes back to should just... It's so weird. But why isn't he doing that? And they're not even going back to the right spots, which is also weird. I'm curious why she's not like at least attempting to come back into the scene. Where is she? She must have gone to YOLO Ritaville. She's not even on the planet anymore. Oh wait, there she is. Nope, nope, never mind. That's not her. Saw red. Where's she? Oh, there she is. How'd she get over there? How'd you get over there, Pyra? Weird. Don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's using the Z value properly. Does she even make it near again, or does she just continue off into the sunset? I don't even know where she went. Oh, she's over there. Look there she goes. I wonder what she thinks she's doing. She's just on her own program, apparently. Look at there. She's. I wonder why she's still going. That is funny to me. What is causing her to continue? I guess I did run it in a coroutine, so that would be part of the problem. But I can fix that now, actually. I think. So the reason is I was processing it like it's a coroutine without doing anything intelligent. But what I should probably do is, like, if there's next, then... So while... let's see, how do I do this? If... No, I can't. I'd have to... How would I do this? Because I have to make it so on every iteration, it would process. So on execute in the command scope gets hit on the update loop. So what I would have to do then is, if we are executing the scope, so I could do like private bool is processing false. And then if it is processing, then I can have an iterator, which is the IEnumerator. So do private IEnumerator. So we'll try this. Because I do want, like, it's not supposed to be running like a coroutine, and the coroutine is messing it up. So I could do like a private bool process. I'm not even going to pass the iterator in right now. I just want to see their result false if not result equals true, return result. I think that's right? No, it's going to tell me just return that, right? So I could just return not iterator move next. So what this theoretically would do, I don't even need to freaking do it that way. Well, I'm going to do it this way for reasons. Okay. So on execute, we'll do a check and say if not is processing. No, I'm not going to use a guard clause. Yeah, I'm okay with that. And if I refactor this, I would probably just make a different method for doing the processing. So it's fine. Deal with it. So if it's not processing, we do this. Otherwise, we'll do that. No, we won't. We'll do var result equals true. We're going to implicitly say that it will continue if it's done. If it's not processing, or if it is processing, then result equals process iterator. And if now result's going to equal no, processing is going to equal not result. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks. I guess I don't even need the process iterator at all. I can just get rid of this stupid thing. I thought it would do more work there, but I didn't need it. Yeah. And then if we're processing, then what we're going to do is this, we'll say this dot is processing equals true, and this dot iterator equals that, and continue. We're not going to do coroutine. We're going to process it. So this should do it, maybe, if I'm not fully conversant on enumerators. It wasn't something I ever had to work with a lot in my day job, in any of my day jobs, at least not from a asynchronous perspective. A lot of things that we do asynchronous, especially in web development, you just let something go run asynchronously and then you return. But what I'm trying to do is on every update loop, this is when you say frames, like every frame is the update loop of the game. On every update loop, at least I think mine is, I can't remember. I think it's not fixed. I think it's the non-fixed version, the one that's inherent on the actual speed of the computer machine. On every update loop, it's going to iterate the movement. So what should theoretically happen is no other process will happen in movement space until that finishes processing. So I shouldn't even need to put a wait after this. I should just be able to make it go straight there. Knowledge. Oh, so Dank, since you're a backend dev, you might appreciate this. Web applications, you worry about how fast your endpoints respond. Like the speed of a endpoint is what matters. So from start to finish. And even though you might have a heap, if you're a Java developer and you hate yourself, or just hate Java, or just really like pain and torture, you don't typically rely on a high level of persistence, because a lot of requests, you're going to retrieve information during that request to return it, like you're going to the database or whatever. But in game development, you're worried about everything is persistent, and you have to worry about every loop of the game, every fraction of a millisecond of the game processing. So when you talk about the game update loop and you start doing another loop inside of that, you're already increasing, or I'd say slowing down the game. Every loop inside of a loop inside of a loop, you're going to make the game slower. And so optimization is about reducing the cyclomatic complexity. Yeah, right. So hopefully, big O notation. Big O notation, in my view, plays much bigger part in game development than it ever did in web development. You just don't care about it in web development. Web development, you're like, oh, I have a loop within a loop on a request. That's okay. It's fine. But that stuff compounds worse and worse in game dev. And it compounds worse because the update cycle it's very, very fast, or it's supposed to be. Then you start looking at your frame rate drop and oh crap, this update loop is taking half a second. Half a second is insane. Right. In a game, half a second per update loop is insanely slow. I would never care about optimizing the code during web dev. Exactly, Erend. But Erend. Indexing your databases, yes. 2 FPS, exactly. It's just so funny to me because in web development, you're just like, whatever. It's, it's a quarter of a second. I don't care. I don't care what I'm doing. And usually you don't even worry about the code. The code is not what's slow in web development. It's the other requests you do. So any request you do to a database, if you're trying to optimize, you're trying to reduce the number of things that cause latency in the request. And it's never going to be a loop or two. I mean, yeah, it could be if you're really insane and you write stuff that's super slow. But it's typically not that. It's typically you made a couple database requests that slowed your request down to seconds because you're dumb, right? And you made some stupid, and you don't want every request to have to get the same data, so you figure out how you can cache it, or you get the data once in a request instead of 10 times in a request. Like those, reducing the number of database calls is a key optimization in web development. I mean, to be fair, in game development, that would be true too. But usually the data is there. So it's like it's in RAM, or even if it's on the file system, it's all very close to the code. Unless you're doing a web-based, like a multiplayer online game, then that gets added to the equation, and that stuff has got to be insane. Performance issues in games is so much more obvious, yeah. Making a SQL request in the game loop iteration. Yes, that... If you want your computer to run like it's on a, TI-82 or something. But people don't usually do database requests. And if you have a multiplayer online game, then you're still working with like the thin client, well, thick client, because these clients for web-based games got to be pretty, not web-based, online games are pretty thick, right? The individual machine has all of the code for running the game, and you're trying to optimize what it actually has to send and retrieve from the server. That stuff gets into insanity of big O notation, because then you get into like predicting where the player is going to be, and that stuff is crazy. Okay, yeah. So she didn't go anywhere. That's good. Which means my setup isn't working properly. I got to see how it's not working, though. Let me go in here. It's so interesting, the differences. Like, there's a lot of similarities if you really think about the way it works. But if you think about it in terms of how to translate web dev thinking to game dev, imagine that every request is a frame. And your requests are happening, sequentially, but very fast. It's like your server is being DDoSed. So the same thing is like hammering it every millisecond, and in every millisecond you need to return something back or something like that, right? And you have persistence in the data. So that heap is just there. It's always there. It's always ready. Okay, so what I need to do now is look at my move actor command. Let's see what happens here. I thought iterator move next would indicate false if... Oh, right. Yeah. No, that... Maybe. We'll see. Let's see what it does. Is processing equals true? Yeah, that should be right. But let's see what happens. Making SQL requests in the game loop. Easy to scale out horizontally. Yeah, Kappa. I mean, yeah. Or, I mean, like, when you get into web stuff and you're talking about game stuff, I mean, the thing is, like, games are going to hammer the servers more quickly. But it's also more of a controlled environment. You're not... Like, in web development, your clients could be anything, coming from anywhere. In game stuff, usually the clients is going to be the game, unless they have some weird, like, multi-platform thing or something. But, like, the controls you have over what the client is or how the client works is different. Web dev, you just got to practice. You got to be prepared for anything. You could have a client that has no visual representation. Okay, so let's see here. Client as in, web browser, not like, this is my client. His name is Motzi. Okay, we don't care about resolving battle target. Okay, so we're processing, and we should be getting an iterator, which is process linear walk. Okay, so we have an iterator. It should keep on the object, And that should mean, oh, I didn't return false. That's, wait, no? Yeah. The problem is that the result is true. I need to make the result false. Okay, that's what the problem is. That was simple. It's always something dumb with me. So is process is true and result is going to equal false. So maybe I should make the result default to false. Default to false. Default to false. Default to false. Doesn't matter. It's also funny, Dink. You watch Wallaber, so you probably appreciate sort of the differences in thinking. Wallaber would say he's not a developer because he started with like QA or something. But he's like the more engineering of developers I've ever met. Like he's such an engineer-minded person. He trumps me any day. Like he understands concepts just because he's smart. I know. But like when I talk to him, he's like, I'm not really a developer. You know, I was a QA person. Like you are, he's more of an engineering developer than I am. I'm muted, but I've been following your game for a long time. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Fallonier. Appreciate. More updates coming tomorrow. OTK. We're going to be part of the OTK thing. More updates on that. So we have a new trailer announcement that's announcing a lot of things tomorrow. Updates hype. OTK Winter Games Expo they had their first expo was over the summer, which was pretty successful, it sounds like. And we'll be part of the next one that's coming tomorrow. And included in that will be a number of updates. A lot of people say, oh, when's content updates coming? Well, that information will be provided. I'm not hiding this information. This isn't really like some of the stuff that we have is, I guess, embargoed. We're not supposed to share a lot about coming updates, but I can share this piece because it's not really telling you a lot of information. Where is it? It is in general chat. There it is. So I've made a roadmap. So I come from web application development, right? So I'm used to using Jira and other things. We have a roadmap that I'll be refreshing and actually using for updates. Oh, stupid bot. I'll be using it for updates moving forward. So people will be able to see, change logs and roadmap on the game in one centralized place. It'll go, I think I'm going to embed it into our website as well. But I mean, you can see some of the major things that we're working on, and our updates tomorrow will give more information about like when people can expect to see some of this stuff in the, in the wild. Do I have like a pause button? Where's my... No. Some of it's like stupid things you should have anyway, but not every game has controller mapping, but our game's going to. I got to do something with the settings. See, look, we'll have actual like key mapping controls and stuff. One of our contractors did this work. Who actually, he's not even on our website because I said, hey, can I put you on the website? He's like, well, no, because I haven't done enough for you guys yet. I'm like, dude, look what you made. I want to put him on our website because I think he's cool. So I'll probably convince him at some point. What is this little thing on my arm? All right, will it work this time? I don't understand why she went backwards. He worked, though. I just hoard domains. Yeah. I have a lot more than that. Pretty sure we have like... Well, and I have like the domains for this stuff and domains just over the years. You just keep paying for them for the heck of it. Okay, well, the plus side is he moved forward and came back fine. But she didn't. I don't know why she didn't. Also, he's stuck in a forever loop, it looks like. Which I don't know why that is. Let's see. Why are we stuck in a forever loop? Nothing is stopping him. He's not moving anymore. But it did work. Although I don't know why she didn't move. I should see like what's going on there. It's got like something sticky on my arm. I went to pull it out. I just pulled a big clump of hair out of my arm. That's great. Whoa! Did it just become a madhouse in here? What just happened? I didn't change anything about that, did I? What is going on? Wait, I know what happened. Okay. So this is more of a problem because my my nodes, I really shouldn't be putting things into the nodes is the problem. I've encountered this before when I'm like, oh, I'll just set a node value here. But it's not wise to do. So I need to figure out a better way to do it. What I could do for the moment is like on setup, I'll just clear out the values, I guess. So public override void on begin. So it'd be like the first time this thing gets modified, we'll do is processing equals false. Is that iterator equals null. Okay, so we'll just set all that stuff to nothing. So that should clear out those things and hopefully prevent that weirdness. I'm not totally sure that that will be prevented. Find out. Because these nodes are serialized objects, I'm really not supposed to put things in to them. Whether it's a serialized value or not, I'm not really actually supposed to set them. It matters more in the editor, but really the context that gets passed around is the thing I should change. Speaking of dependency injection, because that's what I do. I do dependency injection in this entire node system. This context that gets passed around is supposed to be the injected dependencies. But I was trying to shortcut that and cheat, and I broke stuff. So I might just have to like. I love those type of visual, those types of more visual spaghetti programming interface. You're talking about like the nodes. I don't like node-based programming from a programming perspective. These nodes you can see are more domain-based. Like I like nodes that are domain structured as opposed to like foundationally code structured. Other ones, you know, you have like if-else loops and all that. And even though I have things I can do looping with, I'm doing this more as a way, as like an instruction setup for game-based commands that are domain specific. So like moving an actor has so many different parts to it. As a, you know, it's not just like, okay, I'm going to find this game object and then I'm going to tell this game object to move to this point. All this stuff is very much domain structured. If I were to do it by code, this would be exploded. Can this system be scripted? Do you mean like writing script? Code-based? If that's what you mean, theoretically, yes. In practice, unlikely that I'll ever have to do that. like import or export it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't convert into script exactly. I could do something where like the commands are like, I could export the set of commands because it's just a set of nodes that have, I've made command objects. So basically this move actor command is a serializable object that I could move around or reuse or whatever I want. But it's not, I can't like write script that is equivalent. I don't know how to explain it. I could create the command and I could push it into a runner, but writing script to do that would be more work than using the node system. Okay, let's see if she can attack. No, so she still doesn't attack for some reason. It's so weird that she doesn't do it. Is her attack considered different? Because he does attack then, right? And the processing does work for him. Because we're going to get like the iteration of movement here. It's weird that his does it and hers does not. Nor does his ever finish, which is also very weird. Because it's not processing that. So let's see. Graph runner. Is there something in here that's not causing it to end? Okay. So what's the current command? We're on a wait for command. Okay. But why is the wait for command not finishing? I bet it's the same problem. So result equals false, is initialized is true, current time is 16:09, start time is that, wait duration is 3 seconds, okay. Wait duration is 3 seconds, elapsed time is negative seconds, okay. So, why would start time... on begin, start time equals time. Oh, I think I know what's going on. No, but on finish says this initialize equals false. So that should be okay. That's actually very strange. So it's never, the thing is never finishing because for some reason the start time is set to some absurd number. It's somehow got to be 232. How did that happen? That's very weird. It's not static. So the reason it's never going to end is because when it started, it became 232 something. But why? 170? I'm really confused how that got set that way. 171? I mean, theoretically, it'll get there someday, right? At some point, it's like moving per second, right? It seems like it should get there sooner though, for some reason. No, it's still getting negative. Yeah, 183, 232. So it's really slow. Okay, so why would that be? I'm a little curious about that. We begin, we get the wait duration. We set the start time. So this should be the only time the start time ever gets set. And it only happens once. This time, no, time wouldn't reset or anything. You know what? I bet you... I'm guessing that this on begin is not getting called. Let me go look at my graph runner real quick. It'd be base graph runner, right? Oops. Base graph runner. So it would only do it if the command state is not running. So current command, this, it is a property. Finished. What would cause it not to be... What would cause it not to be the right state is it hanging on to this value between runs. So I could also do a... I could do a static initializer. Oh, well, I can't though, because it's not a static value. So it shouldn't hang on to it per run. It should be... It should not be doing that. I think it only matters if it's a static value. If it's not static, it should get... It should get reset when it starts. There's one problem with dealing with state management. We do call base on finish. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll just run it again and see what happens. It's weird that it's happening that way. State manager, I hardly know her. Thanks, Tom. I do find that amusing. I'm going to steal this. You're going to seal it? Like, you're going to seal it in and pretend like it never happened? We'll never speak of this again. Okay, so let me see about this. I wonder if there's something weird going on with this, actually. No? That doesn't seem to be doing anything either. Oh, it is. Okay. This is the battle start stuff. So I probably have to change how this works too. Because right now I think I'm using coroutines here too, because they're all happening in tandem. And that's also probably a problem. But I'm wondering if this is also part of the reason why we're having issues with the other movement. Come back here. Okay. Thanks, Pyra. I guess I could still make it run on an update loop. Now I know how that works. Seal it, box it, ship it. It's great. The problem was since Saturday, I wanted to do more work on this stuff before streaming, but instead I worked on web development, which I guess is worth it. I don't know. It's annoying. And of course, when you spend a career working on things that are more web-based, and then you try to... Bye, Pyra. I think they're telling me it's time for me to wrap up. I think that's what they're trying to tell me. Is, you know, it's a work night. You got to get up tomorrow. Maybe you shouldn't try so hard. Found a web builder that isn't $1 million a month. What did you find? Tell me more. What is the tool? Tell me about your tools. I want to know. I like to hear about web-based tools. I'm going to go quit this. There's something's getting hung on to with the state. I usually get up pages and do the HTML. Yeah, I mean, that's a way to do it too. If you're lame. Where should we go see? Oh, hey, the OTK network is just chatting right now. I guess they're prepping for tomorrow. Oh, they're playing reruns. Video Wizard, Evan MMO, Coding with Strangers. Oh, Jitspo's. I'll go. I haven't been to Jitspo in a bit. Card. Oh, I've seen Card. Why did I see Card before? I saw it for something else though. I don't recall it being a website thing. I thought it was for having just like your own little representation of you or something. That's interesting. Or do the layout on Card and steal it. Oh, jeez, Tom. Oh no, Tom. Sutton. All right, let's go say hi to Jitspo. I'm going to start the Raider now. There's my little hypes if anyone wants to hype it up. There's my bot being weird again, because that's how it rolls, apparently. I know how to code, y'all. My all my energy's sapped in the game dev. Hey, I don't blame you, Sympathy. Go with easy. I like easy myself. There's a website solution designed for indie devs. Indie game dev. It's called, it's like Mana something, or Mana Keep. Website builder for indie games. It's only $5 a month or something like that. It's like some insanely low amount. They must like white box something. Pricing, let's see. $5 a month. Single web page, mobile optimized, custom domain name. Okay, Sympathy. Fine. Anyway, let's go say hi to Jitspo. I hope Card is great and it works wonderful. I've never tried this Mana Keep either. I was just curious about it. But I got to go raid because it's going to give me a timer. So, bye, people.